to send them away at the mile. They're ready, set to go. Off and racing. First to leave on the outside is March Hamley, and Cooler Game was also sweetly into stride. Guard the Safe goes up with those leaders over the back straight as they go to the first corner, being followed by Forever Dreaming, and it settled down on the inside of its stablemate Sessions Peak shortly after. A length and a half to Divine Quest, who got back worse than midfield, down on the inside of Master Safari, and the last trio are Awesome Chatter, who's right back in the field with His Eminence, and the tail ender as they work down the riverside of the track, Bandolier Bow. And so with 1,000 metres to go, March Hamley on top and held the front, led by a length and a half. Call Again, and a good pace too. They're strung out. Back third in the clear, Guard the Safe. A length and a half away next of all is Forever Dreaming, down on the inside next of all, and being closely followed by Sessions Peak. Over on the inside behind them, Divine Quest. Master Safari bides its time, follows Sessions Peak as they come to the 650. Further back, His Eminence and Awesome Chatter, and the tail ender Bandolier Bow still spotting the lead of the best part of 8 or 9 lengths, and they're homeward bound at the 450. And Call Again had gone to the lead, quickly joined on the outside now by Machamley. Machamley, Call Again over on the outside. Guard the Safe now letting go. Sessions Peak by Nucky on the outside and coming out after them, but Guard the Safe responds. Sessions Peak, Forever Dreaming cuts back inside of heels. Down the outside is Divine Quest at the 150 though, and now Sessions Peak gains the upper hand, kicks away from them, and Sessions Peak will be too good. Sessions Peak has won it from a photo result. Bandolier Bow, Guard the Safe for second. In behind them, Master Safari, and also close up Forever Dreaming. They're in front of Divine Quest and His Eminence. They were followed further back by Awesome Chatter. Back behind those to Machamley, who gave up the ghost, and likewise Call Again, who finished a distant last. Number 4, Sessions Peak, the winner. Continues a good week for Cole Webster. Celebrated his 83rd in this last week. Had 4 runners going into the event, and ridden by Peter Nucky, Sessions Peak put its stamp on matters late as one from a close photo result for second and third. Number 5, Guard the Safe, Paul Harvey clinging on, and 7 in Bandolier Bow weighs in third spot, Stephen Parham. Fourth, number 3, Forever Dreaming. 4, 5, 7, 3 are the numbers. The mile covered in 136.94, and Sessions Peak won by a length and a quarter, a short head second and third. So it ran an equal favourite, $4.60, but had been well tried, 6s in, and a length and a quarter short head confirmed margins with a sectional of 35.71. Sessions Peak for one of the grand men of WA racing, Cole Webster, as mentioned, 83 here in this last week. Plenty to celebrate. Owned by Cole and also his wife Lynn, J. Allen, J. Brooks, W. Brooks, PG, Mr. C. Bruce, B. Dont, along with P. Hutchinson, R. McIntyre, W. Messer, B. Ryan, J. Sherrington, A. Thornton, R. Wilkinson, and P. Thornton. Runner-up, Guard the Safe by Safeguard out of Highest Honour, Brad Graham, Paul Harvey. Bandolier Bows by Rommel from Bandolier, Stephen Parham for Fred Kersley. 4, 5, 7, 3. Details here after the running of race number 2. The Furphy handicap over 1200. Number 2, Brave Venture, is the scratching. 8 will contest the next event at 12:37. In the meantime, down in the winner's enclosure, we find Britt Taylor and part owner Lynn Webster, about to be joined by another part owner and winning trainer Cole Webster.
I thought Lynn Webster gave the best instructions. I said, you got 4 in the race. Who did you want to win? She said, I wanted them all to cross the line together. And only Sessions Peak really listened there, Mr. Webb. 4 in the race. What did you think going into it? Who was your pick of the 4?
I couldn't separate them because 2 of them had very good form going into it and 2 had up-and-coming form. So I thought that the 2 up-and-comings, which was this horse, one of them, his run last week was promising, and he's gone on with it today, Britt.
Typically you like to separate your horses and probably not have all 4 in the same race. Was it just a programming situation, given they are West Speed Platinum horses?
Yeah, it was exactly a programming thing. I hate having 4 horses in the one race. It's pretty confusing, but there was no suitable races for any of these horses next week, and the 1600 was the ideal distance. and the class was right, so that was what we were hoping for, Britt.
How did you go watching all four? Because you tend to need to try focus in on one of them. Was your attention on him for the majority of the race?
No, not really. Really, I was watching Forever Dreaming more on the fence inside of him, and she was travelling very well, and I think she's run fourth. I'm not too sure where they've run today, the truth, but anyway.
Got the winner, and that's all that matters. Later on in the day, Tricks of the Trade. How is he, and how have you found the build-up?
Yeah, well, the build-up's been great with him. We've kept it pretty low-key as far as his work goes and trialling. We only gave him the one trial, and we didn't want to run him before the race because he's a specialist first-up horse. So we've got our fingers crossed. We're just hoping, Britt, and we now understand that it's a select field, very select field, so if we run well, we'll be very happy.
Well, you're off to a good start today. Well done.
Thanks, Britt.
There is Colin Webster, Sessions Peak victorious in the second. And he had his bases well and truly loaded there, Michael, with the four runners. Ultimately, it was this horse off the 7 days. He was here last Saturday when he finished fourth behind Cobb & Co. And today is able to be victorious.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter Nucky wasn't aboard him last week, but jumps aboard at the right time today. Fourth up into the campaign, backing up. He's a winner on the soft ground previously. Usually takes a couple of runs as well. So Pete certainly jumped on at the right time, and considering the boss had four horses in it, Pete, you've ended up with the right one coming into today. Did you think you had a winning chance off last week's effort?
Yeah, mine and Troy's were the best two runners of Boss's horses, and yeah, the sting out of the track really favoured him, and I think that was the main key, and he's rock hard fit now after coming off last week's run. And yeah, a lot of people to thank. Boss is like he's the old legend of the turf, and we all love riding for him, but behind the scenes you got Colin Jr. and Bloomy do all the hard yards. That they get all the accolades, and they should, and Brandon's there every day, and it's a good team to be with.
Absolutely, terrific operation. Only two rides for you today. The others comfort me. We, I guess, happy somewhat to see the scratching of perhaps the hardest horse to beat, Acromantula, this morning.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And you know, 1200 is probably a little bit short for him. His best is 14 to the mile, but you know, he's got so much quality about him. I think that'll hold him in good stead for that race.
Hopefully it's 2 from 2 for you today then. Good luck.
No, thank you.
Select book of rides, but really nice chances. He's already got one, Peter Nucky. Can he do it with Comfort Me and the Joey a little bit later on? It's Colin Webster winning Sessions Peak in race 2 at Ascot.